and welcome to another episode of the Marco Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. Y'all are getting another car recording from me today. I just come up with these ideas. Well, I don't come up with these ideas. Like, I carefully plan out my episodes, and then I'll just be sitting down doing something or thinking about something, and an episode idea will just pop into my head, and boom, you guys get an episode of car recording. So here we go for the day. So this episode today is actually about organizing and packing, like packing going on a trip. And what inspired this or brought this on is because we actually just came back from a cruise last week. So this episode will be coming out on the 29th. So we came back from the cruise on the 25th. We went, not the 25th, I'm sorry. We went on the cruise the 19th through the 23rd. Yeah. And so I was just thinking about like packing and unpacking and all of that. And I am very meticulous when I pack. Like, I make a list, as I'm pretty sure you all can imagine. So, and one thing that I actually love about my planner that I have now is that I think I told you all before that I got to create my own planner. In the planner, some of the pages that I actually put in there were travel pages, so like a packing list. I love that because I usually use my phone for it. I'll just go to the notes app on my phone and I'll put the list in my phone. But I have been using the travel list in the back of my planner. It has been helpful. I do still make the list in my phone in case my planner's like not right there. I'll jot down what I need and then I'll transfer it over to the planner. But everybody always picks on me, but I usually start packing for a trip anywhere from a week to 2 weeks in advance, depending on what the trip is and how long we're going to be gone for. Like, if it's just a weekend trip, I'll probably start like maybe that Sunday before or that Monday before. For the cruise, I think I started packing like a week in advance. Last year when we went to Mexico, I think I started packing like 2 weeks in advance. And I pack and I repack because I do have a tendency to overpack. My packing methods, organization, whatever you want to call it, goes a little something like I'll get the suitcase out and then I'll throw in everything that I think I want to wear, or everything that I think I want to wear in my shoes and stuff like that to go with it. Then I sit down and I make my list of everything that I actually need, and I think about like how long we're going to be there. What are the weather conditions going to be? Is it going to be someplace where it's warmer in the daytime and it gets chillier at night, like depending on the type of year that it is? Am I going to need swimsuits for this? Am I going to need like a formal dress up type of outfit, or is it just going to be a casual type of thing? But you should always take at least one dress up outfit with you wherever you go. That's something that my mom taught me, and I usually do try to take something that's nice and, kind of dressy in case I need it. But so I sit down and I think about all that. Like, I take all of that into account, and then I also take into account the activities that I'm going to be doing or that we're going to be doing. Will I be wearing the same outfit all day, or am I going to have to do outfit changes? Like, what am I going to have to do throughout the day, or how many outfits am I going to need for the day? And so I put all of that on my list. Like, I'll break my list down. I don't do it all the time. I do it sometimes. Like, I'll break my list down and I'll be like, okay, I need this outfit for this day and for this event. So then once I make my list, then I'll actually go back through my suitcase and start pulling out stuff and being like, okay, I want to take this, but I probably don't actually need it, so I'm going to just leave it here. And then I'll start folding my clothes, and I'll actually fold my clothes and put them, like, put together what I'm wearing for that day. So I'll just say for Saturday, I'll have what I'm going to wear that day, what I'm going to wear if we're going out that night, or if we're going to, like, an event or an activity or something like that, what I'm going to sleep in for that night, my socks, my underwear, like, all of that stuff, I lay it out, and that's how I pack my suitcase. I also take my own towels and washcloths anywhere whenever I travel, so I make sure that I have enough towels and washcloths. And then as I'm putting stuff into my suitcase, I go through and I check it off to make sure that I don't miss anything. And then my toiletry bag. So we don't travel like a lot, but we do travel like a good bit. And so I actually, well, not just me, my husband and my son, now that he's getting older, will be able to get like travel size stuff for him too. But I usually keep like travel size toothpaste and travel size deodorant and lotion, or either the little, that was me hitting a pothole if y'all heard that, these good old South Carolina roads, I tell you. um but travel size toothpaste and lotion and deodorant and things like that. And so my toiletry bag typically stays packed because that's just stuff that I use when we're traveling. So I know that it's already in there. So I'll go back through my toiletry bag and I'll check off to make sure that I have everything that I need. And I actually have like a travel pair of glasses. Sometimes I usually remember to switch them out with my good glasses, but I have a travel pair of glasses. And now that I wear daily contacts, I have to remember to make sure that I put contacts on there, not just contact case. So I have all of that laid out on my checklist to get organized. And so they say that there's like two types of people in every relationship: the people that pack way in advance, and then the people that pack way in advance, and then the people that wait until the night before, the day of, to pack. So my husband's definitely night of, oh, I'm sorry, the night before or the day of packer. I'm the one like sitting there with my suitcase and everything all ready to go, and he's the one that's like throwing stuff in there. And I'm like, you're gonna forget something. And so that's just kind of how I organize it. So it's a checklist, and then another checklist, and then packing, and then unpacking again, and then repacking. That's kind of the method to my madness for when we're traveling and when we're packing. And sometimes I pack for the whole family. Sometimes I just pack for my son and I. But again, depending on where we're going and how long the trip is, and also what mood I'm in, I may just go ahead and pack for everyone to make sure that we have stuff. Like when we went to Universal, I did pack for everyone because we had matching shirts. So I wanted to make sure that we had the matching shirts and make sure that we had the shorts to match it, and that everything was coordinated and everybody had their shirts. So we unpack when we get back home, and that helps to keep things together and just keep things organized. So when we come back from a trip, everything just goes in the washing machine, like just everything. Whether we wore it, we didn't wear it, whether we had it on for 2 seconds or the whole day, we literally just take our suitcases, park them outside the laundry room, and just throw everything in the laundry room and start washing clothes from there. And then I just take my toiletry bag, I put the toiletry bag back where it's supposed to go. I take everything and I put everything up back into the spot of where it's supposed to go. Yes, I'm exhausted. Yes, I'm tired. No, I do not feel like doing any of that. I would rather just take a shower and sit back and chill. But I also don't want to sit there and look at that suitcase for days on end, or look at stuff just sitting around for days on end. So we just go ahead and unpack and start washing clothes right then and there. I do sometimes will let the suitcases sit out for like a day or something just to like air out. I spray them down with Lysol. For those of you who don't know, I am a germaphobe, so I was spraying Lysol and using hand sanitizer way before it became cool. I'm not sure what some of you people were doing by not using hand sanitizer and spraying Lysol, but I was doing it before it became cool. So, yes, I spray them down with Lysol and all of that, and then let them sit and air out, and then they go back in the closet for the next trip. And so that's just how I prepare for a trip, and how I make sure that everything is organized and that we have what we need to have. I have forgotten some things sometimes. I will say, for several trips, I do not know what was going on with me, but I kept forgetting to pack soap for some reason. Like, everything was on the list, but soap was not on the list. So we'd always have to stop at a store and get soap. But I have solved that problem. I have finally just got the travel size body washes for the travel size body wash, and I just buy like two or three of those at a time and put them into my toiletry bag and go from there. So that's how I pack. That's how I get things organized for packing. That's how I just kind of come back and unpack, get everything unpacked, and get stuff put up so that it's not sitting around and I have to wait on it to, and I so that it's not just sitting around and I'm looking at it for days, and then next thing you know, it's time for the next trip, and you're like, oh, I never unpacked from the first trip. My into play, and I just think that it makes my life easier. Like I said, people pick on me because they're like, the trip's not for 2 weeks. What do you mean that you're already packed and ready to go? I'm like, yes, I'm packed. So this way, this gives me time that and another reason I like to pack in advance is that way, if you need anything, you have time to go out to the store and get something. Like if you wait until the last minute to pack, and it's the morning of, and you're like, oh, I don't have any lotion, or oh, I don't have the outfit that I need for this, or I don't have the shoes that I need. Well, it's the morning of, and the chances of you finding that are slim to none. Now, if you had to pack 2 weeks in advance, like me, then you would have known that you needed those shoes, or you would have known that you needed lotion. It gives you time to go out and get something if there is something else that you need or something that you have forgotten. I hope this helps you on your next trip with your packing. And so drop a comment and let me know, what's your packing style? How are you 2 weeks in advance, or 1 week in advance? Are you a list maker, or are you I'm just gonna grab everything and throw it in a suitcase and call it a day type of packer? I would love to hear about it. All right, I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Please make sure to follow and rate the podcast whenever you listen.